I've only told 4 people in the world about this until now. I don't really think that it's the sort of thing that you tell the whole world, but I do think that sharing experiences where you've overcome something is crucial for helping others overcome their demons. Personal things such as this can only be comfortably spoken of when the issue is so far behind you that it is in no danger of hurting you again. When I was 15 years old, after dropping me off at a friend's house, my dad had a heart attack. He didn't make it. The paramedics said he was dead by the time they put him in the ambulance, so at least it was quick. Things went crazy for a while with relatives and comfort food all over the place. I went through that typical grieving phase for only a few days where you cry simply at the idea of them never coming back. And even then, it was never for more than just a couple of minutes at a time, because there was always someone to come in and try to comfort me. After about a week without him, I kind of went numb, because I was aware that becoming overwhelmed with grief wouldn't bring him back, and the best thing to do was move on. It never occurred to me that you're supposed to allow yourself to grieve. I just decided that I was done. I had a little brother to take care of, and my mom was pretty much breaking down right before our eyes, so I felt the weight of both of their emotional well-being. A few weeks passed, and the flurry of people who had spilled into our house soon spilled back out, leaving us on our own. I developed an eating disorder. I would tell you exactly how and why it happened, but even to this day I don't really know. It just sort of slipped into my life and became something to focus on. For the next 2 years, it defined me. I didn't go 10 minutes, let alone an hour, without my mind thinking these thoughts full of self-hatred. Sooner as that with family would send my mind into a panic over what I would be forced to eat, whether I would be able to get rid of it, and how bloated I would become. My best friend and boyfriend, Austin, begged for me to get help for those 2 years. I would tell them that I just couldn't see myself confiding to a stranger, and that honestly, it didn't matter anyway because I was fine. I wasn't fine. I lost weight steadily, and after a year I was soon eating hardly anything, and whatever I did eat was soon purged from my body. The disease that I had adopted to help me stay in control had outgrown me and now had me completely out of control. My mouth and throat were constantly hurting from stomach acid. My heart would race weakly when I woke up in the morning. I didn't eat meat because that was just one more thing I knew that I wouldn't want in me. You could see the ribs in my chest, but I still maintained that I was okay. In a way, I loved my eating disorder because it meant that no matter how bad anything got, I knew that I was in control of my life. After all that time, I was used to my friends and boyfriend's pleas to get help. Those I could handle. But it wasn't until Austin admitted to me, sounding sadder than I'd ever heard him to be, that he didn't think I would get better because it just didn't seem like I wanted to. I guess it didn't really hit me that things had gotten this bad until he said that, and it felt like my heart broke. That, I think, is the moment that I realized if I didn't change, things would only get worse. Sure, I could get smaller, but at what cost? I was sick of hating myself, so I chose to finally actually try to get better. But living out that choice was the hardest thing I'd ever done in my life, which leads me to my point. I believe in self-control. I am in control of every aspect of my life these days, but not in the way that I used to be. I choose to live, I choose to be happy, and I choose to get better. All throughout life, we will make billions of choices, and as cliched as this sounds, the right choice is almost never easy. But if you make that choice, you will know that you are doing everything in your control to live a life that you are happy with and proud of. That's the sort of behavior that makes for happy people. As long as you remember, hey, there is always something to live for, you will always be okay. Sadly enough, those who remain unhappy choose to stay that way. There is always a bright side to find, and life will always provide you with plenty of opportunities for happiness if you would only take them. So make that choice, practice self-control, be happy. This I believe.